Now let us see different types of tests that are performed on a transformer to measure efficiency or losses in a transformer. First, let us see open circuit test. As the name suggests, this test is performed while keeping the secondary of transformer open circuited as shown here. This is the test transformer. Primary winding is low voltage winding. Secondary winding is high voltage winding because we are keeping the secondary as open. That means there will be no current flowing through the secondary of transformer. So here a wattmeter is connected, obviously to measure the energy consumed by a transformer. An ammeter is connected in series to measure the current, and a voltmeter is connected in parallel to measure the voltage. An auto transformer is connected here. The purpose of auto transformer is to vary the voltage, or you can say to vary the input voltage to the transformer. Basically, an auto transformer is a single winding transformer in which we can vary the voltage from 0 to maximum position. And this is your single phase AC supply. Now let us see why do we conduct an OC test on a transformer. Some facts about open circuit test. An auto transformer is used to vary the voltage at primary side. The required voltage is adjusted by means of an auto transformer. Number 2. Wattmeter reads the total power loss occurring in the test transformer. That means the power losses which are occurring in the actual test transformer will be measured by wattmeter. And these losses that are measured by this meter will be known as constant losses, or you can say the iron losses. That means the open circuit test is performed to actually measure the iron losses, which is the summation of hysteresis loss and eddy current loss. Wattmeter reads power, or you can say open circuit power, PO is equals to PI, which is equals to V0 into I0 into cos of phi 0. One important note you should remember is that while performing the test, winding with higher number of turns is open circuited. That means HV winding must be open circuited. Now let us see how do we perform a short circuit test on a transformer. The circuit diagram is all same except for the difference is that here at the output side of transformer it is directly short circuited. So at the secondary side, which is actually a low voltage winding, a primary side of the test transformer which is actually high voltage winding, and it is connected to a single phase supply with an auto transformer, and between these two a wattmeter is connected. Again, ammeter is connected here to measure the amount of current that is flowing through the primary of transformer, and voltmeter is connected to measure the voltage across the primary of transformer. Again, the wattmeter is connected in between these two connections to measure what is the power supplied in case of a short circuit to a transformer. That means again it is reading the total losses occurring in a test transformer. Let us see some facts about the short circuit test conducted on a transformer. Fact number 1. Auto transformer is used to vary the voltage at primary side. That means this is the device which is deciding how much voltage is to be supplied to the transformer. Next, wattmeter reads the total power loss occurring in the test transformer, which is actually the full load copper losses, also known as variable losses. What does the wattmeter reads? it actually reads the short circuit power, or you can say the full load copper loss, which is the product of short circuit voltage, short circuit current, and power factor. These two quantities, voltage and current, they are measured at the primary side of the transformer, not at the secondary. And finally, remember the note. While performing the test, winding with lesser number of turns is short-circuited. That means low voltage winding is short-circuited. Do you know the reason? Suppose if we are going to short the high voltage winding of transformer, it will produce tremendous amount of current, which may burn our transformer. That is why whenever a short circuit test is performed, always lesser number of turns, that means low voltage winding, is short circuited to keep our transformer within the same or within the safe limits. Now let us see how do we calculate the efficiency of a transformer. We'll start with the definition. Efficiency of a transformer can be defined as the ratio of input power to the output power. That means efficiency is equals to output power divided by input power. Or you can also write output power divided by output power plus losses. The full load efficiency of a transformer is given by kVA rating of transformer multiplied by cos of phi multiplied by 1000 divided by kVA into power factor into 1000 plus Pi plus Pc. Pi stands for the iron loss and Pc for the copper loss. Now let us see what is the condition stated for maximum efficiency. To achieve the maximum efficiency in a transformer, the condition says iron losses must be equal to copper losses. This is the important point. Remember and note it down. Iron losses is equals to copper losses. If this condition is achieved, you can achieve the maximum efficiency in a transformer. Let us understand this concept by a simple numerical. Question says a transformer is delivering an inductive load with full load secondary current of 6 amperes at 450 volt, 50 Hz supply at 0.9 lagging power factor. Calculate the efficiency of transformer if iron losses are 30 watts and full load copper losses are 150 watt. Solution. You know the formula for efficiency as output power divided by output plus losses. So here the output power, the formula is given by V2 into I2 into cos of phi. Output means we are getting the output at the secondary side, that means the secondary voltage multiplied by secondary current into cos of phi. The power output is given by V as 450, I as 6 and cos of phi as 0.9. You will get the output power as 2430 watts. Using the formula for efficiency as output divided by output plus losses, so the value of output is written here as well as here. Adding the losses at the denominator side, you will get the efficiency as 0.9418, or in the form of percentage you can also write efficiency as 94.18%. And now we are going to learn cooling of transformers. Why do a transformer needs cooling? The answer is that transformer is a very heavy electrical device. It supplies thousands of megawatts of power. That is why It contains a large amount of heat within it. If it is not ventilated, it may burn our transformer. That is why cooling of transformers is necessary for high rating of transformers. So basically, we provide two types of cooling in a transformer. For die transformers, we use air natural cooling or air forced cooling. So the media of cooling here is air. For those transformers which are of the high rating and which are in operation for 24/7. So oil cooling is utilized here. These are also known as oil immersed type transformers. So in this case, multiple media of coolings are oil natural, air natural, or oil natural air forced, oil forced air forced, oil natural water forced, and finally oil forced water forced. So these are the kind of coolings which are provided for the large rating of transformers. See, as in case here, this is the transformer body. In between the transformer window, windings are placed, and here radiators are connected. And at the radiator, forcefully fans are throwing the air to maintain the cooling of transformer. Again, this conservator, which is filled with the oil, and this transformer is also filled with the oil. The tank is always filled with the oil. So the conservator provides the circulation of oil within the body of transformer. So in this case, oil and air, both the medias are used for the cooling of transformer.